Alan, you guys pretty much owned the first period Sunday, and then things started to get away. Did you sense any shift in momentum or any change out on the field as you got out of that first period and the offense started to struggle more?
Nothing drastic. I think the game was still, within grasp of any team. So I wouldn't say nothing changed dramatically. I would say maybe the momentum kind of maybe went down a little bit based on some of the momentum that we had at the first drive, but shifted, I wouldn't say it shifted.
So it kind of felt like most of the game you were a play or two away from getting
Yeah, I would say so. Once they made it a two-score game, obviously I changed things a little bit, but for the most part, everything relative. I mean, we were pretty much in the mix, and we're a drive away from, whether that was, or a stop away from taking the lead or whatever the case may be.
You had you had 2 turnovers on Sunday. Do you feel like you guys are close to just having that big game, like that passing game is getting there?
Yeah, again, I mean, it's just about putting the work in. For myself, just trying to just capitalize on my opportunities, trying to make sure I'm getting open whenever my number is called or isn't called. Just trying to make sure that I'm doing all the things that I can control. So whether that's like I said, getting reps after practice, but I think that some of the plays are close, and we're we're trying to get better each and every week.
How did the ankle pop up last week on the injury report, and how were you feeling on Sunday?
Yeah, I got hit. I want to say maybe in like the second or third quarter against Oakland. When he kind of hit me, I rolled my ankle, and then he kind of like fell on top of it. So I was dealing with that throughout the course of the week, But I mean, I was as good as it was going to get on Sunday. But I felt straight, I felt cool. I mean, injuries are part of the game, getting banged up, getting nicked up, but I was cool.
Alan, could you give some insight into what it's like to play with a quarterback like Justin Fields, who is 4 weeks in, or as a starter, I guess, but what it's like to play with a guy who you're kind of waiting to see what he's going to turn into or how much he's going to progress each week? What's the process like for you as a teammate and a wide receiver in the offense?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting better each and every week. For me, honestly, it's not, I would say his own personal process is not something that I'm crazy dialed into. Again, from my own, perspective, trying to just, do whatever I need to do, and things like that, But just from a bird-eye view, I feel like he's getting better. I feel like, each and every week, he's improving, which is what you want to see. Like I said before, I mean, he's very talented, but again, he's getting better each and every week.
I appreciate that, but I'm interested really in how it affects you, because his play has such a direct impact on your play, and you're not necessarily sure what he's going to be each week. You're seeing him kind of grow and change as a quarterback. What's that like from your end, trying to play with him?
Again, I mean, just trying to control each of my opportunities. Again, that's just, trying to make his job easy. As cliche as that may be, but that's my job. So just trying to be able to get open when I can. Make plays that we may be, necessarily not supposed to make, or make some of the unscripted plays and things like that. So again, just trying to do and be the player that I can be, just to make his job easy, and for myself to go out there and also continue to get better each and every week. And just like I said before, just try to maximize and capitalize on my opportunities.
Both Justin and Coach Nagy said that bootleg play on Sunday where you got open and coverage, that Justin was doing the right thing and running through his progressions on that. What's it like for you when you go back to the sidelines and kind of did you have the understanding, I guess, at the time that you weren't one of the first progressions in that, or you have to go to the coaches and say what happened there? I was open.
No, I mean, again, I mean, that's part of his progression. As far as the route or whatever it may be, but it's just one of them things that as a receiver you gotta just take it on the chin, and move on to the next play. So, I mean, that's what I did.
Adrian Amos nearly had that interception. He was out of bounds. It looked like right after that, Justin ran over to the end zone to talk it over with you. What was that discussion like right after that play?
Oh yeah, just kind of for him, just telling me kind of what he saw and what he was thinking, based on the play that was called. Just trying to do everything that we can do to get on the same page when it comes to him getting outside the pocket and stuff like that.
Those are the moments that give you confidence next time that happens. You know what? Yeah, we are going to be better. We have a better shot at connecting.
Yeah. I mean, stuff like that. That's what you need. To be able to, see those moments. Okay, cool. This is what you want. You know what I'm saying? And for me to, make sure that I plan accordingly.
You
mentioned the off-script plays with Fields and off-rhythm, things like that, where it turns into a scramble drill. Is there more improvising for you and for the other wide receivers with him at quarterback as opposed to the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a person, like him, it definitely plays a part in it. Having to fine tune more so, scramble drill kind of stuff rather than normal. So definitely I would say that's a little bit different, and that's something that we're still, because it's tough to get those looks in practice sometimes, maybe because a play might be blown dead, or throughout training camp guys are laying off the quarterbacks, so as he's making guys miss and stuff like that, when you go through training camp, when you go through practice, some of those plays may be blown dead. So now being able to, get it in the game, it's like, okay, like we have these, plays that are going on for 5, 6, 7 seconds, as far as, just understanding, as far as what we want to get accomplished once that starts to happen.
So what do you do? Like, how do you learn to?
It's more of a feel.
Find.
Yeah, it's more learning a feel of what he likes, and just watching the film, seeing, okay, this is what he likes, in this kind of situation. So the next time I may, see that, or I may want to run a specific route, and he may scramble right or may scramble left, what I'm saying? Basically kind of, okay, this is kind of what he wants or what he has a feel for, based on kind of where I'm at on the field already, based on which side of the pocket he's rolling out to, just a lot of little things like that.
Is that something you feel like you have down, or is it you're still kind of learning what his tendencies are and where he'll be looking?
Yeah. I would say that's still somewhat of a work in progress. Again, stuff like that is hard to script it. Because everything is kind of so different. So it's hard to script stuff like that throughout the course of a week. Or even like from actual practice reps. Those are, what I'm saying, when I say unscripted looks, like that's kind of the unscripted looks, just being able to gain familiarity with that.
That's my next question. Really, is how do you practice that? How do you the wide receivers as a whole?
Yeah.
How do you practice for those situations where forget the play, like we're way past the play and he's rolling in a certain direction?
Yeah. Again, you can kind of do some practice stuff with it, but I think it's more so just kind of communication. Being like, okay, cool, like I felt this is what I felt. Just communication and being decisive with whatever, is kind of going on, more so than it having set rules or to be practiced. What I'm saying? It's about, okay, like, cool, this is what he likes. This is what we kind of want to get accomplished when this breaks down. So if you have a certain route, you might have an ideal of, okay, like I may do this or I may do that.
Do you enjoy that situation?
Yeah. I mean,
the game and we forget the routes, like it turns into basically like recess football.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can get a lot of big plays like that. We saw that across the league, just in general from a lot of different teams, being able to, get some X plays and get some explosive plays, from when the pocket breaks down, or just, it being a 5-6 second, play.
What is it about that, the nature of that type of play that might work better, that might get you the big yards as opposed to just running the routes? Is it just because it's going to be unfamiliar to the defense? It's going to be less predictable?
Mainly because at that point in time, if a defense is in zone, their eyes are on the quarterback. So once he kind of scrambles out and breaks the pocket, the defenders now have to try to look for the man to figure out where everybody is, because in zone coverage, those guys' eyes are on the quarterback. So if you have, they're kind of playing their zones but still have their eyes on the quarterback. So as he starts to scramble now, all those zones shift. You might have people running from the left side of the field to the right side of the field, or you may have people going deep, or you might have whatever the case may be. But those, as the quarterback moves, the zone starts to move.
Is there a challenge at all balancing, being a team guy and staying patient with, rookie quarterback's development versus, the obviously wanting the ball and wanting to have as much opportunity as he can?
Yeah. Are you talking about me specifically?
Yeah, for you.
Yeah. Again, just trying to capitalize on the opportunities that I do have. And whenever they come, just trying to make the play. Again, just trying to go out there and, do what I need to do. Do what I have set out to do, and run my routes to the best of the ability. Get open. Whatever the case may be. Just trying to do whatever's asked of me.
As an offense as a whole, when you're coming off a tough loss to a rival like that, and then you're looking ahead to another really good team on Sunday, how do you guys make sure that you're staying positive, not getting discouraged from that?
Yeah, just flushing it. Again, it's 1 week. I don't think that you can get too, bent up about, a loss or a win. And I kind of say that, every week, because, even, coming off the Oakland game, going into another game or whatever the case may be, it's, for us, 1 week at a time. You know, you can't focus on, you know, whatever is behind you or whatever has happened. You know, you got to lock into, okay, we have a new opponent this week. This is what they do. You know, you got to try to go out there and get the job done.
Alan, it's kind of a given with a young quarterback that at times the ball's just not going to come out as fast as you would like as they learn to read. I'm not saying Justin's any better or worse than any other young quarterback, but it's obvious sometimes the ball's not getting out quick enough. Is there anything that you can do or work on or that you do as a receiver to be available to him sooner or help him see you sooner?
You know, not really. I just would say just try to maybe create more separation, you know, because a lot of the plays have timing, you know, so you can't really, you know, do too much, you know, or not do enough. You know, you got to stay within the timing of the play, you know, and then at that point, you know, then you just adjust from there. But for the most part, you know, I got to just do whatever is asking me.
What was your perspective, that first drive, first quarter, that 3rd and 3 where Justin hit you on the pass down the left sideline?
You know, it was a concept that we had up. You know, again, they actually played a 2-man on my side on that play. You know, which is, you know, pretty remarkable that we hit on it. You know, and we were able to just be on the same page with that. You know, again, I mean, he made a great throw. I was able to create separation from the corner, and luckily, you know, we were able to get the ball up and down before the safety came over.
On that first drive, and on the drive where you brought it back to a 1-score game, offense looked really good. Things were clicking. In between, it kind of stalled out, though. From your perspective, what was the difference between those good drives and those bad drives that stalled out?
I would say even though on the first drive we scored, we did actually get behind the chains early with us having the fumble. But other than that, you know, I thought just us staying ahead of the chains, you know, I think that's always big. You know, being able to, you know, get into very manageable situations, you know, because especially having a quarterback like Justin, it may be 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4, you know, it's not too much for him to have to pull the ball down to get it, you know, with his legs. But, you know, as you may get into 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, whatever the case may be, teams drop 8, you know, it's a lot more going on, and you get into a lot of defensive coordinators' wheelhouses when you get into kind of that 3rd and 7 to 10 range or 3rd and 11 plus, because they can dial up a lot of different blitzes, you know, they can really handicap you, make you get the ball out. It's a lot of different things that they have at their disposal. So being able to stay ahead of the sticks is definitely important, and I always think important, which I feel like we were able to do on some of those drives, and be able to get some explosive runs, able to get some explosive passes, you know, and being able to kind of, you know, shorten the field in that sense, you know, because again, if you get an explosive run or pass, you know, that's a fifth of the field, you know, if you get a 20-yarder, you know, so being able to get a couple plays like that, you know, it really shrinks the field down, and you really start to put the pressure on the defense.
Thank you.